Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. And we will begin as usual in a seated position. I already have a pillow prepared. And we'll move in a seated position. You can start in a chair as well. We will just find a nice spot to sit on. Relax our shoulders, relax the jaw, straighten the spine. That is why I'm sitting on the pillows, to elevate the hips, so it's easier to straighten the spine. And we'll bring the palms up, facing the ceiling. And while we're sitting in this position, we will inhale and exhale through the nose, letting the air travel all the way to the belly. Without forcing anything, just letting the breath become full. Couple more breaths here, in and out. And now that we have our palms facing up, we will start bringing the index finger to touch the thumb. Then switch the middle finger, touch the thumb, ring finger, touch the thumb, and the pinky, touch the thumb. Other arm, switching left index finger, touches the left thumb, middle to the thumb, ring, and finally pinky. And now let's do it together, both hands at the same time. Thumb touches the index, then middle fingers, then ring, and then the pinky. And let's continue. Maybe you can increase the pace or continue doing it at a slower pace. And once again. And final round. And relax. And now we will move our necks a little bit. So we will bring the palms of our hands on the thighs or on the knees in a comfortable position. And we will move our neck, our head from side to side. Side to side, little by little. And now we will move up and down. From here, we can continue the movement up and down, and then right to left, or we can move in a circle. So up, right, down, left, up, right, down, and left, up, right, down, and left. And now we can switch rotations going in the opposite way. Up, left, down, and right. Up, left, down, and right. And once again, up, left, right, and down. And we will move now. Our right arm goes all the way up. We will bring the head to line up, to be closer to the right shoulder, and just without pressing, just have a weight of our hand resting on the head. And breathing here, in and out. Feeling a nice stretch in the side of the neck, left side. Once again, we're not pushing, We're just resting our hand on top of the head. And on the next breath, we will release the hand up, straighten the neck. And now we will do the same for the other side. So we will bring our head ear closer to the left shoulder. Arm goes up and rests on top of the head, our left arm. And we're breathing once again, checking that we're not pushing. You can always bring the hand up and just rest it on top of the head. One more inhale and exhale here. And then on the next breath, we release the pose. And now I want us to bring the knees in front, bent knees, about 90-degree bend here in the knee. And then the feet are wider apart. And we have our hands either next to our body or behind the back to support our back. And we will just simply do the windshield wipers, moving the knees from side to side. We can always move the feet even wider apart if that feels good. And see if you can bring the knee closer to the floor. Waking up those hips, especially if we've been sitting for a while today. And then finally, moving back to center. And from here, we will go into a twist. So we move our knees all the way to the right, moving our hand either to the side, on top of the knee, or to the side. And then we can move our body into the twist further, adjusting where the hand can be. So we can look behind us even. We can move in and out of the twist to adjust what feels good. So nothing is pinching here in the back. And we find the position, the twist that feels good. And we just breathe in and out through the nose. Staying in the twist. And then the next breath, we can finally release, come back to center. A couple more times, let's do windshield wipers. Your knees don't have to move to the floor. It can be just a light right and left and right movement. And finally, we go all the way to the left. Once again, we're finding a position. Maybe it's just not a very deep twist, or maybe we want to go deeper on this side. And then we move in a position that works great for us, supporting ourselves with our hands and staying in the twist for a couple more breaths. And then the next breath, we slowly move back to center, finding the seated position just like what we did in the beginning. And from here, we will move our spines in a seated cat-cow. So we will move. On inhale, we will look up and arch our spine. Exhale, we look down and round. I will turn so you can see better. Inhale, up and arch. And exhale, round and down. Continue at your own pace. Let's do 3 more cat and cows. Moving your spine to a point that feels good. If the neck doesn't like it, you can just move the spine, slightly arching and rounding. And then coming back to straighten position. And we can remove the pillow, if we're sitting on a pillow here, and we extend both legs in front of us, shaking off. And from here, we can support our back with our hands behind and move our feet, pointing the toes forward, stretching those legs, those arches, and then moving the ankles so the toes almost point toward us. Stretching forward and then again towards us. Forward and back toward us. Forward again and back. And release, let's shake it off. And from here, we will move little by little into the forward fold. So we will sit nice and straight. We can have a pillow as a prop here. And we can move from the straight position, hinging at the hips first with a nice straight spine. From me, you can see it's a tiny, tiny movement, especially I was sitting for a long time today. So we come back to a nice and straight spine, and then we hinge at the hips and come back and hinge. One more time, come back and then hinge forward. And now we come back to sit nice and straight. And after we hinge, we can round our spine. So hinging here, exhale and round the spine. Let's see what we can reach. Maybe it's the toes, maybe it's the shins. Maybe we just rest on our pillow and continue rounding our neck. Finding the position that feels nice and juicy in our body. Breathing through the stretch, relaxing. If you want more of an additional stretch, you can grab a strap and have it around the feet. And then slowly increasing the stretch, moving the strap around your hands and moving closer toward your feet. And then finally, on the next inhale, we can come up slowly, move the pillow, and we can move on our backs. And lie down with our knees bent. And we will move in windshield wipers once more, but this time we're moving while lying back. And then we can return back to center, and we will bring just the right knee toward the chest. And then we can try extending the left foot. So your left leg can be half bent or straight. Breathing in and out through the nose. Finding this comfortable stretch that feels good. And then finally releasing the right leg and bending the left knee. And now we will bring the left knee toward the chest and try extending the right leg fully or partially. And once again, breathing through the stretch. and then slowly release. We can now have our feet bent, knees bent, our feet on the mat. And from here, we will move into half of a crunch or half a boat, if you prefer. So we will reach our arms toward our feet, and we will use the muscles of our upper body to reach even further. Abdomen is engaged, and come back and release. Inhale here while we're on the mat. Exhale, we reach, our upper body is moving. And release. Here I want you to use a lot of muscles of your body. So not just the upper body, the abdomen, the whole core, the back muscles as well. And we might ask help of our glutes. And plant the feet even further into the ground, onto the mat. So we will inhale here, reach our hands, engage the muscles, and reach further. Exhale. Inhale, come back. Exhale, reach forward. And inhale, come back and relax. Let's do it 3 more times. Exhale, reach. And inhale, come back and relax. Nice and long. Exhale, we reach. And inhale, come back. Last one. Reach. And inhale, come back. Beautiful work. We now can move on our side. We can lie down on our hand. I will just be propping myself so I don't interact with my microphone too much. And we will stack our joints. So hip joints is one on top of another, our knees is one on top of another, and our feet one on top of another. I like to place my hand on the hip, but you can also support yourself with the left hand. I'm laying down on my right side. Left hand can support the balance here. I like to place it on top of my hip to feel the muscles, the side muscles of our legs working. So we will move into clamshells. Inhale here, exhale, bring the top leg up, opening the clamshell, and close. Open and close, and open and close, and 2 more. Open and close. Last one. And release. We will now either roll on the other side, or I'm switching so I can still face the camera. And once again, stacking the joints, choosing a position of the right hand now, and moving the top leg up and down, closing the clamshell. Open and close. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. And release. We will now move to lie down on our bellies. And we will press palms of our hands below our shoulders. And we will move into mini cobras. If you feel like it, you can go into full cobras, but make sure that your hips are staying on the mat. So we will inhale, chin to the mat, and exhale, mini cobra. Inhale, chin to the mat, exhale, mini cobra. One more time, inhale, chin to the mat, and exhale, mini cobra. And then the next lift up, we will move into Sphinx, bringing our elbows below our shoulders. Hands are pressing on the mat in front of us. Looking forward and slightly up, Nice, beautiful, proud sphinx. And we will inhale and exhale center. On the next inhale, we'll look forward, and exhale, look to the right. Inhale forward, exhale, look to the left. Inhale forward, exhale right, and inhale forward, exhale left. Bring our gaze back to center. We move back to our position with our hands on the mat below our shoulders, chin to the mat. And here I want you to engage your core muscles and bring yourself up, maybe through a plank, to the tabletop. And here we adjust our joints once more, stacking our arm joints and our leg joints, one below another. And we will move into full cat-cow. So we will inhale, look up and arch the back. And exhale, look down and round the spine. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Two more. Last one. And coming back to center, I want you to extend the right leg back. Toes are touching the mat. And we move back and forward. Back and forward. If your wrists are bothering you, you can move the palms of the hands further forward. So there's not too much stretch or stress on the wrists. It can also be on your elbows, forearms. And returning our leg back. In a tabletop position, we now move our left leg back and doing the same motion. Moving torso back and forth, stretching the back of the leg. And release. And now we're moving our right leg back and over the left foot. So basically I'm stepping over and I'm out of space here, but find the position that works best for you. So it can be further to the side, or maybe it's right next to your foot. So not right next, we're not bending, but close to your foot. And feel the stretch here. Holding the stretch, breathing through it. And then release the leg coming back, and then in the tabletop. And now we have to do the same for our other side. So left foot goes back and over the right. And we can add the movement, moving back and forth, or we can make it static. Just having a nice stretch here, breathing through it. And then the next breath, we come back and release. And from here, we move our hips toward our heels, stretch the arms, move our forehead down toward the mat. We can use the pillow or a block to have behind our sit bones for support, or we can have it in front for our forehead. Choice is yours. Nice and restful position here. Relaxing our arms, relaxing our spine. And from here we can move back into the tabletop, coming into a seated position, and from a seated position we can just lie down on the back, or we can add a little bit of a core workout here and move into the reversed crunch, having our feet on the mat, pushing into our feet, and slowly, little by little, engaging the muscles of our abdomen core muscles, moving on the exhale, nice long exhale, moving our breath on the mat. And now we can finally go into Shavasana, having our legs bent or extended, your choice. We can extend our arms, placing the palms of our hands up or down. Maybe having a blanket on top of us, depending on the temperature. Relaxing your breath and trying to prolong the exhale without forcing it. Just noticing how the relaxation of the muscles, the big muscles, relaxes the breath out and makes it longer. Letting go of any thoughts that are not helping us with the relaxation right now. Let your mind rest for just a little bit, for this 5 minutes that we have. Letting your body rest and rejuvenate. If your mind is not willing to rest, you can focus your attention on counting your breath. As an example, you can use the count for an inhale as a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale as a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Letting the belly rise all the way up as an oxygen enters your system. And on the exhale, let it deflate. Muscles in your feet soften and relax. Your leg muscles, your calves, your thighs are relaxing on the exhale. Glutes relax. Abdomen muscles, chest muscles relax. Muscles in the lower back, middle back, and upper back soften and relax. Shoulders, muscles in our arms and hands relax. Let them rest and rejuvenate. Muscles in our neck, jaws, facial muscles. Let them soften. Stay with your breath. On the next inhale, we can start wiggling our fingers and toes, moving our wrists and ankles in one direction and then the other. Bending one knee and then the other. Moving the knees from side to side. And then bringing the knees toward the chest, hugging them. Maybe we can hug the shins, maybe we can hug behind the thighs. And roll from side to side, massaging the spine. Finally, we can roll on one side, nice and careful. And then the next breath in, we can move into the seated position again. Bringing the palms of our hands in front of the chest. Nice deep inhale and exhale here. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. I hope you feel rejuvenated after this short practice. Hope you feel relaxed. And if you have any suggestions for the next Monday practice, feel free to leave a comment or DM me. Have a great evening, and I will see you next week.